This is information about the Ironworks Trail that we're going to explore today, and some more information here as well. This goes over the key landmarks.
Hello class! Today I'm going to take you on a field trip on an Ironworks Trail at Sterling Forest State Park. I have my map here and some information about the trail. This is the visitor center, which actually has some information, but they're closed right now. So I have this information. We're going to start going this direction, which has the blue trail. We're going to start on the blue trail, which is marked right here. And we go this direction, and then we go into the woods a little bit and go on to the Ironworks Trail. So I will show you a little bit more in a little bit. Join me.
This is the trail map, and you can see there's a purple highlighter. This is the entrance to the trail.
You can see here remains of some stairs. These stairs lead to this old church foundation. This was once a Methodist church that served the residents of Lakeville that were part of this Ironworks mine that we're going to explore today. And then we can look around. This foundation has a bit of overgrowth and some stone. It's very cool. It's kind of small, but it would have worked for the people at the time. Get the whole thing? Okay. All right.
This is the entrance in further in the trail as you go into the woods. And then here's the split. We go to the right to go on the blue and the left to go on the Ironworks Trail. You continue on the Ironworks Trail here. And you continue and you come across the Sterling Furnace.
Okay.
This is the Sterling Furnace. They took the iron in from up top, they brought it in, they melted it down. They melted it down in the middle. They had a wheel on the other side that would run in the water. And they melted it down in the middle, which actually looks really neat in the middle. We're going to come in and look at it. If you go in the middle, you can even see there's a tree growing now after what has come up. And it just looks really cool now that it's all gone, but this is where it would come through and it would go out and cool, and then they would build it into, they even made weapons for the Revolutionary War and a whole bunch of other kinds of iron tools and other things. And we can come out here and we can look at the other side. And there are some things on the other side we can see. There's some water over here. They use the water to run the wheel. You can see that it overshot. And look over the water. And there's the water that we use for it.
This is the sign for the Sterling Furnace. It shows you some of the chemistry, and this is the entryway for the Sterling Furnace. And this is the front view. You can see more of it, and you can see the columns here as well. And this is another view. And this is the stone sign that the Daughters of the Revolution left, and it honors the early 1700s when they made the tools. This is the tree inside the furnace. And this is the lake that feeds into the water. And the water that was powering the water wheel. And this is this trail sign that leads you out. You go across the street, and here's the other trail sign that leads you into the house.
This house was used for the people that worked in the mines. When they came to work in the mines, they provided this house for the people that worked there. And as you can see, it's a beautiful house made of wood that's made from trees. And it's the last one that's from 1736. and it's nice. It looks like it's very spacious. A lot of people could live here. It goes over to this side. It's in a beautiful spot in the woods here. Goes over here. And it continues on to this side as well. You can see the top, you can see the chimney. It's a beautiful house.
This is the sign that goes with the house. It shows you the original house, the church, and this is the house. And that sign also showed you an office and the house again. And here's the trail going into the woods again. And then you come across a bridge. And here's the water that's under the bridge. On the other side, it shows you there's a river here. And some remains in the river. And here's a trail sign across the street. And if you see here closely, there's a foundation and another foundation in another part of the woods with another trail sign.
This sign talks about something very important, which is the environmental effects of mining, and you can see a lot of it on this hillside. The way that the earth is carved in, and some of the coloring in the grass, which if you come around this way you can see a little bit better. How there's some weird mossy spots and some carved up land. And even over here, we have some of these rocks that have all been carved in. It goes extended over there. All of that carved in rock is due to the mining, and the hillside is just kind of carved all over. And even there's some more foundation. This whole area is like this due to the effects of the mining
There's a
process.
sign that talks about surface mining, air pollution, and water pollution as well, and some of those carved rocks here. You can see some water in the bottom of the carved rocks. This is from erosion and the carving when they blasted the rocks as well. You can see the water. And then this is more of the trail, leads you to the next part with all the remains of buildings. This is the hoist house, the structure that remains, and the sign that talks about the mining and the conveyor buildings and the structures. And this is the hoist house again.
Now at the end of the 0.7 mile trail, I'm here at the lake mine where we have a bit of water on this side of the bridge. And up here we have the hoist house and several other remains of buildings. They had the conveyors over here and the other parts where they finished processing the iron and finishing up processing the metals and storing it as well. There's some other information about these buildings that we can look at later, but I just wanted to show you some of the remains
here,
on the end of the bridge here.
Some of the buildings and some foundation. And here's that tower. It's part of that structure where they were using the conveyors. Right here you can see it. And this is the conveyor again. And this is the sign about the lake mine with the ore concentration and the tower on the outside. And this is that bridge that I was talking on. And this is the trail exit on the road. And this is the view looking back in where you can see the bridge and some of the towers. And this is the lake on the outside where they used the lake.